100 South Texas Avenue, Suite 106. Sorry. First item on the agenda is the invocation pledge of allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flag. Commissioner Watson will lead those.
Almighty, accept our thanks for this day and all of its blessing. We ask for peace and mercy for those who've lost loved ones in the Baltimore bridge accident, and that there will be a speedy recovery for the Port of Baltimore. We ask for a humane solution for Israel and Gaza. We also ask that you please keep our first responders safe as they protect us. We ask that you guide and direct our leadership on the court. I pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service for our fellow citizens and for our community. May we appreciate and use each day that comes to us. May we be challenged to give our best always, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Second item on the agenda is call for citizens' input and/or concerns, and we have two. Cindy Wiley.
Morning, Judge and Commissioners. I'm happy to see that we are supporting Child Abuse Awareness Month. I was a CASA volunteer for 3 years until I stopped doing it. You kind of get burned out trying to fight the system, so I'm taking a break. But I did want to go back to the CISA grant that you guys are considering. I've provided you a copy of the executive summary of the weaponization from the Judiciary Committee from the House of Representatives. And I just wanted to go over some things on it. I've also provided you a copy of an article by Joe Hoft, who is a CPA and an auditor, the receipts from CISA and AT&T push connecting elections to FirstNet. And Mark Zuckerberg is paying FirstNet bills, and it's hackable Chinese components. So I provided the full article. Kathy read 2 paragraphs last meeting out of it, but I gave you the whole thing so you can digest it yourself. Regarding the weaponization of CISA, the reason I bring this up is a concern that you guys go forward with the grant monies and get CISA involved in our system. One could argue we're in a business, this is from the CISA director, one could argue we're in a business of critical infrastructure, and the most critical infrastructure is our cognitive infrastructure. So building that resilience to misinformation and disinformation, I think, is incredibly important. That was their goal. The First Amendment recognizes no person or entity has a monopoly on the truth, and that the truth of today can quickly become the misinformation of tomorrow. Labeling speech misinformation or disinformation does not strip it of its First Amendment protection. Skipping on down, basically, the Committee on the Judiciary and the Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government has been conducting an investigation into government-induced censorship on social media. Although the investigation is ongoing, information obtained to date has revealed that the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, an upstart agency within the Department of Homeland Security, has facilitated the censorship of Americans directly and through third-party intermediaries. CISA was founded in 2018, originally intended to be an ancillary agent designed to protect critical infrastructure and guard against cybersecurity threats. In the years since its creation, however, CISA metastasized into the nerve center of the federal government's domestic surveillance and censorship operations on social media. By 2020, CISA routinely reported social media posts that allegedly spread disinformation to social media platforms. By 2021, CISA had a formal mis, dis, and malinformation team. I don't know about you, but I never heard those words before 2020. In 2022 and 2023, in response to growing public and private criticism of CISA unconstitutional behavior, CISA attempted to camouflage its activities, duplicitously claiming it serves a purely informational role. I think, here's quotes, apparently, from some of the members of CISA Advisory Committee, agonized that it was only a matter of time before someone realizes we exist and starts asking about our work. So anyway, I really implore you to please take time to consider this report. Is it top? Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Jennifer Lewis?
Since this is Child Abuse Awareness Month, I think we are contributing to child abuse by encouraging the children to change their gender. Telling them they can choose their gender is a lie. No one can change their chromosomes or their DNA. Recently, gender transitioning has been glorified. Transgender students are accepted by all and loved by all but Nazis. Are they accepted and loved because they are transgender? In London, the National Gender Identity Service at the Tavistock and Portman NHS Trust, there were 5 times as many gender dysphoric cases in the past 5 years, and 33 times as many in the past 10 years. These children have a higher incidence of depression, anxiety, and suicidal tendencies. They are vulnerable to suggestion and may think transitioning is their answer. They have no understanding of the effect it will have on the rest of their lives. Some schools tell the children not to tell their parents, citing the 14th Amendment to the Constitution as justification. I see nothing in the 14th Amendment that says schools may keep secrets from their parents. This only drives a wedge between the student and his parents. Recently, a California father of a 5-year-old boy had his son taken out of the home and his parental rights canceled. The boy was then classed as trans. Imagine the effect this would have on a 5-year-old to lose his only parent and home. This is extreme child abuse. Taking a wait-and-see approach, as was done in the past, has shown most of the cases of gender dysphoria dissipate over time. Gender dysphoria is a complicated matter for psychology professionals and should not be handled by school teachers. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all 2 we had come in and sign up. Number 3 is presentation and discussion. Presentation of Scottish House Services, discussion with Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month by Carrie Baker, Executive Director of Scottish House, and Allison Prince, Director of Development. I'll come up.
Good morning, Judge, County Commissioners. I have a brief presentation on Scotty's House. Is that okay?
That'd be good.
And then we can do the presentation at the end.
Okay.
I'm very glad to be here at the beginning of Child Abuse Awareness Month. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about a little bit about who we are at Scotty's House and the work that we do. So our mission is to provide safety, healing, and justice to children victimized by abuse through professional assessment, counseling, and education in a compassionate and collaborative approach. Excuse me. We know that 1 in 10 children will be sexually abused before their 18th birthday, but of those, only 10% will disclose that abuse. So for our impact and the work that we do, we provide educational programs throughout the Brazos Valley on various topics related to child abuse awareness and prevention. We provide recognizing and reporting training, what to do if you're an adult and a child discloses to you, how do you respond to that outcry. We talk about child abuse investigations. That is the main work that we do. We also have volunteer opportunities, developmentally appropriate children's programs, internet safety, and we talk about our services, and we always are open to providing tours. So how you can get involved is that we have, as I mentioned earlier, volunteer opportunities. We have opportunities where individuals can work directly with the children that we serve. We also have volunteer opportunities out in the community. So if you can't quite stomach working with a child that's been a victim, you can talk about Scotty's House, you can educate the public, advocate for us, be an ambassador. Scotty's House has a facility dog. His name is Sawyer, and he helps with the work that we do. He has been with our agency for 6 years. We use him in counseling and forensic interviews. He also is very popular in our counseling sessions, and he has worn 13 costumes in the past year. He gets handcuffed, he gets his blood pressure taken, so he is a favorite in the counseling program.
He also helps with kids who are forced to or need to or have to
Testify.
give testimony in our courts.
Yes, he does. He actually did that this past year. He doesn't do anything other than lay there with the child
Right.
and provide that quiet companionship and comfort. But he is a wonderful resource to make a really scary process a little bit easier to kind of go through and experience for a child. Yeah, he does that. And so, kind of just to end, Scotty's House. Oh, I don't know how to go back. Can you just go back more? We are the place where healing begins. You know, it is hard to do this work. We have 26 employees, and I think what fuels us is that it shouldn't hurt to be a child. That is what keeps us going and able to do this work. So, thank you. Proclamation.
Yeah. Come on up. Is it working? Whereas the federal fiscal year 2023 Texas Department of Family and Protective Services confirmed 58,120 victims of child abuse or neglect, including 480 from Brazos County. And whereas child abuse and neglect is a serious problem affecting every segment of our community, and finding solutions requires input and action from everyone in our community. And whereas our children are our most valuable resource, and we will shape the future of Texas. And whereas child abuse can have long-term psychological, emotional, and physical effects that have lifelong consequences for victims. And whereas protective factors are conditions that reduce or eliminate risk and promote the social, emotional, and development well-being of children. Whereas effective child abuse prevention activities succeed because of meaningful connections and partnerships created between child welfare, education, health, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, and law enforcement agencies. And whereas communities must make every effort to promote programs and activities that benefit children and their families. Whereas we acknowledge that we must work together as a community to increase awareness about child abuse and contribute to promote the social and emotional well-being of children and families in the safe, stable, nurturing environment. Whereas prevention remains the best defense for children and families. Whereas the impact of abuse and neglect has long-term personal, economic, social cost, therefore hurting Texas' future. whereas Scotty's House Advocacy Center helps to ensure that children who are victimized by abuse and neglect receive safety, healing, and justice that they deserve. Whereas 1,189 children were served by Scotty's House in 2023, and 64,938 received critical services at child advocacy centers in Texas. Whereas court-appointed special advocates, CASA volunteers, are assigned by the court to be there for a child to speak up for the child's best interest and to ensure the child's voice is heard. Whereas Scotty's House Voices for Children, CASA, Child Protective Services, foster parents, teachers, and others work to ensure that children in their community have a safe and happy future. Now, therefore, we do hereby proclaim April 2024 as National Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month in Brazos County and urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating ourselves to the task of improving the quality of life for all children and families. Proclaim the second day of April 2024. Carrie, thank you all.
And, y'all brought Sawyer before. If you want to bring,
sorry.
No, that's all right.
He's working with kids today.
Hey, Doc, if Sawyer's on the job, I'm good.
Thank you for the job you do.
Thank you. Thank you very much for what you did.
Bless the Lord.
Bless the Lord. Thanks, you bet. Thank you for what you do.
So that was number 4. We'll need a motion and a second for that.
So moved.
Second. Okay. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
I just want to
Opposed?
thank Scotty's House for the work they do.
Amen.
It's God's work, and we really appreciate it.
Motion carries. Number 5 is approval of contract renewal 24-098R mail services in Brazos County with Integ.
Move approval.
Second. Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 6, approve the following committee for RFP 24-099 concessionaire services for Brazos County Exposition Complex.
Move approval with A through E.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 7 is permission to advertise for RFP 24-099 concessionaire services for Brazos County Exposition Complex.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 8, approve of CIP 24-512 for fire and safety maintenance software with building reports for facility services.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 9 is approve of change.
Judge, just for the record, I think you said 24-512.
Did I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that would be a correction then, 24-510.
Just as long as we point that out, that
Yeah.
we meant what we meant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Number 9 is approve of change order number 1 for CIP 24-602 replacement of various roofs, 11 courthouse cost additional materials, which includes crane fees in the amount of $11,600, making the total amount of the contract $598,560.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 10 is request permission to enter private property owned by David Henry at 2414 South Pioneer Trail to cut down and remove a tree that is on the property line with Brazos County, sites located in precinct 2.
It's 2314 Pioneer.
Did I read that wrong?
That's all right.
Judge, with all the things,
Yeah.
with all the things you read, you know.
Yeah.
That
leave-
proclamation like to wore me out.
Yeah, I felt you on that one. Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 11 is consider.
We got your back, just don't worry about
Thank
it.
you. I need it.
Thank you.
Number 11 is consider and take action on Welborn SUD utility permit to construct 16-inch road bore under Matrix Drive, 150 feet south of Calibration Court, 8-inch water crossing to serve customers in Ag Land Business Park sites located in Precinct 4.
Move approval?
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 12 is tax refund application for the following.
Move approval A, B, and C.
Second?
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 13 is budget amendments, FY 23-24 budget amendments 25.01 through 25.04.
Move approval?
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 14 is personnel change status.
Move approval A.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. Number 15 is payment of claims. Claims to be paid by Brazos County, claim number 8201818 through claim number 8201939, and claim number 9200706 through claim number 9200765.
Move for approval.
Second?
Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None motion carries. We will skip down to number 18 is acknowledgement of the FY 2023-24 budget to actuals by fund as of March 24, 2024, and an acknowledgement of the FY 23-24 contingency budget to actuals by fund as of March 24, 2024. Then juvenile director's report. And Linda's here this morning. Juveniles in detention, 32, males 26, and females 6. And there are 42 juveniles on electronic monitor. Next is Sheriff's report on inmate population. Sheriff.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. 798 this morning, 673 men, 125 women, and 37 on electronic monitoring.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you, Sheriff. Next is announcement of interest items and possible future agenda topics.
Judge, just wanted to extend thanks to Vicky Dickey for a outstanding presentation, as well as what took place for the 100-year memorial for Leonard Moorhead's death as a sheriff. He was killed, but and I look forward to, because apparently April 18th, she's going to be making a presentation to Republican women. And if you don't know the story, she's done some phenomenal research on it, and the story itself is really pretty amazing as far as what happened 100 years ago and how in many ways things are very much the same for people who are in law enforcement today as they have been since that period of time. So I wanted to say thanks to that. And I also wanted to say thanks to everybody. I know we'll hear later on the report, but Chamber Day was once again a huge success. Thanks to Commissioner Condrela for being there. But it's an event that we sponsor, and it's really important, I think, that we have the relationship between business and community and business and local government. And I'm really proud of the fact that we can say that that's something that Brazos County sponsors. So thank you to all of y'all as members of the Commissioners Court.
Okay.
I have something interesting to note. I have hired a first assistant, Marcy Turner. She has been in College Station for a while now. She used to work for the city of College Station, and she started last Thursday. So I told her she wouldn't have to make a speech, so y'all be nice.
Welcome, Marcy.
Now, you came here from,
City of College Station.
City of
No,
College
you
Station.
cannot have her.
I thought I'd
I
heard
know.
CSISD, and I'm going like, wow, okay, things are changing. Super, thanks.
Thank-
I just wanted to express condolences to the family of Debbie Capps, and just let her, if everyone would pray for Jug and the family upon her passing, as well as the family of Dr. Vince Sweat. Keep Judy and the family in your prayers as well. Two wonderful people in the family of the College of Agriculture at A&M, and will be sorely missed. Wonderful folks.
Thank you for that. I hadn't heard that Debbie had passed away. Any other announcement? Hearing none, we will go back up to number 16 and convene an executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074 to discuss the employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of county personnel. And certainly we need the court. Cheryl, Jennifer, I don't remember whether Rihanna needs to be in there. Who seemed like Nina. Is that everybody we need in there? Okay, and the time is 10:27.
We don't need Katie. Katie?
Yeah, probably, Katie, yeah, legal, I'm sorry, yeah, you're always supposed to be in. You got it ready? All right. We're coming out of executive session. It is 11:08, and there's no action to be taken. We got a quorum. So the next item is to adjourn. Thank you.